Welcome back, everyone. Toy Shiz here, and I am stoked. It is so awesome to see the continuation of the Super 7 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers line. It has been way too long. Today, we have two new figures, and then we have a bit of a reissue of a prior release Ranger. Of course, I'm talking about Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger. If you missed him the first go-around, you might be into this, but this time around, he is the Radiant Glow Green Ranger. And of course, that means he glows in the dark, but I am interested in those head portraits. There is no slipcase to this box. It is the same exact artwork, graphics, bio. You can read up on Tommy Oliver becoming the Green Ranger. So again, this may not be for everyone, but it's definitely going to be fun to check out because in reality, well, this right here is what I'm talking about. And this is the epitome of what I meant when I said that Super 7 and their MMPR Ultimates line is the best adaptation of the Power Rangers released thus far by any company. Because we now officially have Farkas Bulkmeyer, or how he's better known as Bulk. Yeah, Bulk makes his debut. The graphics, the Angel Grove Gym and Juice Bar is all over this box. I love the photo of Paul Schreier, and you can read up on Bulk if you'd like. But what is a Bulk without his fellow partner in crime? And of course, I'm talking about Jason Narvi, who played Eugene Skulovich. What a great name. But we all know and love him as Skull. So Bulk and Skull officially come to the Super 7 MMPR Ultimates line. And just as Bulk, you got a nice photo of Skull. You get to read up on him. It's pretty much the same bio. They just kind of changed sentences here and there. But mine came in from Entertainment Earth. And if you allow me to just do my little spielio here, I'll tell you how you can save some early holiday cash if you're looking to shop this coming week. Now, first and foremost, if you are interested, they do have a few new figures up, like the Green Ranger, like Skull. Unfortunately, as of this video, Bulk is sold out, but keep an eye out. He has been popping in and out. But you can grab any of these. You can also grab the new Mighty Morphin Lord Zed. He has this Imperial Gold glow. I'm going to be honest, I wasn't too interested in that figure, more so the Green Ranger, if anything. But you can pre-order Lord Drakon, whatever his name is. People go back and forth with that. But like I said, you can also check out some of their holiday deals, and that includes deals on the MMPR line because they are having the early Black Friday sale up to 30% off, and they are adding products daily. So I will put links down in the description below if you want to check them out. Also, there is a McFarlane Marvel statue deal, so you can pick up Spider-Man, Captain America, Deadpool, those likes. When you buy one, you automatically get a $20 gift card to use on a new purchase. And keep in mind, they are sticking with the free shipping at the moment of $39 and up. So it is a win-win situation. Oh, by the way, you also get 10% off all products that are in stock with my link code. So saving you cash, because you're going to need it for this holiday season. There's a lot of stuff going on. So like I said, definitely check out Entertainment Earth for all your holiday shopping needs. I highly recommend them. Use them myself. Check out those links today. But in the meantime, we have some MMPR Ultimates to look at. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice hot cup of coffee, make sure your morpher is in activation mode because we are going to be taking a look at the brand new Bulk and Skull along with the Radiant Glow Green Ranger from Super 7. And so now here's everything taken out of the packaging for old Radiant Glow Green Ranger. And like I said, this one is going to be more of a laid-back sort of situation for me. I knew what I was getting. There are some off-end things. You do get the same exact hands. You also get a trigger hand, but you don't get any gun for that. Just keep that in mind. You do get the usual swap out arms. You do have the glow in the dark sort of style now for the plastic. You can swap the hands on these arms and you can go Dragon Shield or no Dragon Shield. You also get the Green Ranger Morpher. It's handheld, of course, very teeny tiny, but the detail is there with the Dragon Coin and the paint looks good. It says Power Rangers. The head portraits on these are so vastly improved. Well done, Super 7. Now, I will say this. They are a little bit more on the cartoony end, but They're also pretty darn cool. I like them. I think that they did a great job, especially with the more unmasked, unhelmeted head portraits that we got with the Power Rangers prior. Billy, of course, being the best of the best. Now, with the actual Green Ranger, with his spiffy new glow-in-the-dark motif, he does come with the Dragon Dagger. The Dragon Dagger has a nice sculpt, beautiful paint, no qualms whatsoever. However, my qualms lie in the fact that you can't really get the dagger into the sheath all that naturally. In prior releases of the Green Ranger, part of the sheath was cut, so you could easily slip it in, slip it out. This, though, is not the case, because you're going to have to heat it up, kind of remold that top band in order to fit it, but then methinks that once you get it in there, you're going to have to reheat it to get it out. I really wish that they would have made it a whole lot simpler just to be able to sheathe the Dragon Dagger, okay? That's like the main gripe here. Other than that, it's going to be largely the same exact figure. Like I said, it glows in the dark. Some of the look of the plastic, the paint, it's going to be more of that clearish, kind of see-through green, which I don't mind at all. The gold looks nice, the black, the accents, the paint looks vastly improved. They seem to be listening to the fans, especially with the portraits of Bulk and Skull, but more on that in just a few, because yes, there are still some issues here and there where they could have lined the paint up better, especially on the boots in the back. Those aren't horrendously egregious problems, though. Let's just keep that in mind. It's just, I'm looking for something just to kind of compare, but overall, the belt, the white, the green, the gold, it all looks pretty solid. For that alone, I'm definitely happy. It's just that daggone Dragon Dagger that I've had the problem with. Overall, though, I would say that the articulation, there's nothing loose, but you may have to heat up an arm or two just to kind of get it mobile. No, this is not the Hasbro Lightning Collection. This is Super 7 articulation. They have not changed it for the last time. If you don't like the articulation on Super 7, don't buy it, because with the extra hands, the accessories, the morpher, you can see the limitations of the articulation. We've seen this all before, but I do like a few of the hands. It is fun. It's cool to have a glow-in-the-dark Green Ranger. You can do it with the Dragon Shield, without the Dragon Shield. And just to kind of show you, yes, the differences between the original release of the Green Ranger and this new Radiant Glow, it's pretty much the same exact figure. One glows, one doesn't. The original release has some head portraits that are definitely questionable. But speaking of which, because I know you're wondering, yes, these new head portraits will fit on the old green, but you're going to have to kind of heat them up because they're a little bit snug. But overall, this is fun. But I know you're all here for one thing and one thing alone. How well does he glow in the dark? Well, here you go. I would say that in true Super 7 fashion, yes, usually when they do anything glow in the dark, it's a pretty hefty glow in the dark, and it looks pretty darn cool. It's a nice green overall. Just basically sat it in the sun for about a good 10 minutes, and lo and behold, yeah, he lights up the room. Now, it is very reminiscent of when the Green Ranger was losing his powers, especially when you remove the Dragon Shield. So truth be told, this figure is less of a rehash reissue and more so in terms of what they show on the show. So I kind of dig that, and for that alone, that's really why I wanted to pick it up. But I can definitely understand, but for the most part, for most of you, this would likely be a pass. But all Green Ranger-ness aside, here's the main show, because we have Bulk and Skull. These are two characters that are in pretty much every single episode of the original Power Rangers series, and then other series later down the road. Bulk comes with a variety of hands, punchy hands, open hands, and of course, item holding hands. They're all done nicely. But this head portrait right here with that weird motorcycle helmet, Vespa helmet, whatever this thing is supposed to be, Super 7 has definitely captured it. It's just so wild. It's something that sticks in my mind when I do think of the characters of Bulk and Skull. This helmet comes to mind. You also get a pair of binoculars just in case you want to go out one day and find out who the real identities of the Power Rangers are. You do get some fancy Elvis glasses for old Bulkmeyer. The paint is good, but I really wish they would have made them clear plastic like they did for Skull. It's just kind of, yeah, but you do get the Burger Morpher, of course. Now, this is well done. Skull's got his morpher, Bulk has the Burger Morpher. You get the idea. But it's fun, and this is what Power Rangers is supposed to be. Goofiness. Bulk and Skull epitomize that aspect. For Super 7 to then achieve these head portraits, I would say a thumbs up. I think they did a great job. I would even dare say that they had to have had the actors come in and scan their faces because it's that good. The jacket, you have a little bit of the tearage on the sleeves. You have all the little rivets and everything else painted nicely. The shirt looks good. The belts kind of hanging down there. You got the belt buckles painted. The legs, the arms, the back of the jacket, not much going on there, but I'm happy to say that all the little parts that need paint have paint. Down the legs, off to his boots, which have the shoelaces, the bottom treads, everything is painted nicely, peg holes on the bottom. My one gripe with this figure is you're probably going to have to heat him up in some senses, but that's not a bad thing when it comes to Super 7 articulation of the past. Plenty of mobility in the head. You don't have to heat that one up, and he's really not going to be able to look back all that much. With the arms, this is where you're going to want to start heating things up. This is where I ran into a situation. Not on both sides, but in case on yours, don't force anything. You don't want anything to snap. He has single jointed elbows, which will spin, rotate the wrist, an upper diaphragm, sort of bulk crunch, nothing at the waist. And then you have legs that will kind of go out that far, kind of off to the side. Again, this is Super 7 articulation. If you still don't know what you're getting, I don't know how to explain it to you. This is how they do articulation. I think they're changing it a little bit, but for the characters of Bulk and Skull, I really don't mind. They're going to sit on my shelf. I don't need them doing karate kicks and flying up in the air and back vaulting and everything else. They stand there always being the butt of the jokes in all the Power Rangers episodes. You got a little bit of a boot swivel. You got the foot rotation. I like the articulation on this Bulk for what I'm going to be displaying it for because it's just cool. Now, in terms of Skull, he will have the same exact hands. Open hands, fisted hands, and of course, item holding hands. Now, Skull does come with a pair of sunglasses all his own. They're painted nicely, but on one side of the lens, it has a little bit of schmutz right there that I cannot get off. And then you have the hot dog morpher for Skull, which is just fun. Again, Power Rangers is goofy. It's not serious. Then you have a old-fashioned 90s camera recorder, which is just so much fun. That's great to see. You get the extra head portrait for Skull with his little beret, and you got the question mark pin. You have his skull earring. Yeah, that looks like Jason Narvi. The facial expression and everything. They nailed that. And then the other head portrait, the look of Skull itself. They did have various looks, but these encapsulate the looks of Bulk and Skull through and through throughout the series. And again, that head portrait is awesome. He's kind of like the fiery, cowardly guy. But from the jackets to the shirts, you can see the belt. Everything's painted nicely. His camo pants. He's got a little chain right there sculpted in. Painted his boots with the black iron cross right there. Peg holes on the bottom. The laces. Everything just looks great. So from the back to the front, wherever little bits of paint is needed, rest assured, Super 7 has definitely done it. So again, in listening to the fans and making sure the paint looks pristine, pretty well done. Plenty of head portrait rotation. You can remove his little scarf with the chain around it if you so choose. The arms, they will go all the way up. You got single jointed elbows. They spin the wrists. One heck of an ab crunch, and he does spin at the waist. The legs, everything. This is the one you didn't have to heat up. Bulk, yes, definitely did. The knees, the boots, the feet, everything is pretty darn solid, nothing loose. Happy to say that through and through because of what we've seen prior to Super 7 releases. And yes, the accessories are definitely part of the fun of Bulk and Skull. The hot dog hamburger morphers are fantastic. Skull gets a little bit better range of articulation. Bulk, like I said, not so much. The extra head portraits from the beret to that weird helmet looks awesome, although you're not going to be able to get the camcorder all the way up to Skull's face because of the limited articulation. But like I said, the fun of the Power Rangers is not the seriousness, it's the goofiness. Because when there are serious moments, it makes it more impactful. It's like Futurama in that sense, where it matters more amidst the hilarity that this show even exists. And there's really no better example of this than when literally Bulk and Skull became roommates with Goldar and Rito. Super 7, we need Rito. You gotta make that figure in the Ultimates line, and we need to get Madame Woe back. You need to continue the line. I think people are definitely going to dig these. So that's going to wrap it up for my quick look at the brand new Super 7 MMPR Ultimates Bulk and Skull, and the Radiant Glow Green Ranger. The Green Ranger, I'll just be honest, maybe hold off on that one if you already have it. That one's just kind of like a fun repaint, rehash, so don't think too much of it. Bulk and Skull are the real meat and potatoes of this wave. These are a lot of fun. The likenesses are great. The fun is there. These are two main characters that you would need for a Power Rangers toy line. And when you have all the Rangers, the Zords, the monsters, everybody thrown into the mix with these two lovable idiots, it makes your collection shine that much brighter. So, you've heard my thoughts, and now I'm curious to know yours. Comment below, let me know. Let's talk everything MMPR Ultimates. And I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, remember, be sure to check out that Entertainment Earth holiday sale. You won't be disappointed. When you do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.